So when The Last of Us was discussed as a TV series, I was a little bit skeptical, but it had potential because it's literally my favorite game of all time. Now after watching a decent bit of it, I'm glad they did it because it's incredible. I think the world, the characters, everything just feels right. Now I did do a video when they first announced the casting of Pedro Pascal, and I talked about 3 potential other choices. And I think it's time to say it, I was wrong. Pedro just kills it in the show. He feels right. As well as the casting of Bella Ramsey, it's hard to avoid all the hate coming her way. Now, I think she is killing it when it comes to her acting, but I do admit I see a little bit of the concern with the look. So, naturally, as I do, I started thinking about other potential actors who could fit here. So I came up with a couple names, and then I thought I'd round out the list. Now, with the most important thing with an adaptation is the feel, which I definitely think they've gotten right. But it's more fun to look at actors who look more like the part, but also have that feel as well. So here's who I would have cast in The Last of Us. First up, we've already tackled Joel, but one name I didn't bring up in that first video, who I think would work equally well, is Karl Urban. Now, we've seen him in The Boys playing pretty much a surrogate father, and he played it incredibly well. I think the look is right, but like I said, Pascal's amazing. So honestly, any one of the choices I think would work here that I listed previously, or even Pascal. As for Ellie, like I said, I think Bella really works well. I think she's got an incredible level of sass, which definitely is important for this character. Now I want to keep that intact. Ellie has always felt like a realized character to me, and she's always been someone who isn't afraid of talking her way or really acting out of turn, and she has that confidence. Now in the game, Ellie is 14, which definitely feels incredibly important for the story at hand. Bella, however, just turned 19. So for me, she just feels a touch too old, so I'm looking to ramp things backwards. Now, Caitlin Dever would be my first choice, but of course she's too old as well. Lucky for me, one of the best performances I've seen from a child actor actually came out last year in Black Phone. Marlene McGraw was incredible. She has that level of sass that we were talking about, that self-confidence, which is just perfect for Ellie. I think she could rough herself up a little bit more and really play up a little bit of those street smarts, but like I said, at 14, I think she fits so much better. The look, the acting, the sass. I think she'd be the perfect age to grow up along the series and really feel like Ellie.
Everyone called him Pinball Vance.
No, I mean...
I know who you mean, jerkface. Even the papers call him the grabber.
Just wish you wouldn't say his name.
She's actually only 12 in these clips, so she will look a little bit older in the series, but either way, I think she works incredibly well. So Marlene McGraw as Ellie. Next up, let's tackle Tommy, who many people seem to have a little bit of an issue with. Me less so, because looking again at the source material, he does have a far different look. But in the feel of it, he feels about right. Now Tommy is the younger brother of Joel and acts that way. And going by the change of Pedro Pascal's descent, it makes sense. But if we were going to look at the actual character and really his look from the game, Nikolai Coster-Waldau does fit quite well. But I'm gonna be honest, I consider him more of a Joel. He looks a touch too old here. That's why I thought Boyd Holbrook would actually work great. He's got that raw nature, as we've seen in Logan, as well as in Sandman, and he can take it to the extreme if he needs to and be a little reckless. I think he fits quite well here.
Polygraph, I thought this was a psyche eval.
We need to know if you pose a threat.
I'm a sniper. Isn't posing a threat kind of the fucking point?
So Boyd Holbrook as Tommy. Next up we have Tess. Now, Tess in the show, for me, the first thing when I saw her is she just looks too old. I don't know if it's me, but she seems mismatched with Joel and doesn't seem like they have a real relationship or partnership. I want someone who's a little bit more badass. Someone who is older, but hasn't left their prime yet. I decided on Kate Beckinsale, who yes is on the older side as well, and is actually older than the actress they already have cast, but she doesn't look it. And she's actually similar age to Pedro Pascal, which makes me feel like they would work better. And I think that she fits the look quite well. And obviously she's a badass, it goes without saying, and has been known for action movies for quite some time, but I'd be interested to see her again in a quieter role. She hasn't done anything like this in a while, and I think she actually has the range here. What really sold me is actually seeing her without makeup, as she'd be in the show. It just gives me Tess vibes. So Kate Beckinsale as Tess. Next up, let's do Bill, who, honestly, Nick Offerman is great in this. He's quite perfect, and I don't know if we can top it, but there is a little bit of a cheat answer, which is the correct answer, because W. Earl Brown actually voiced his character. And I mean, just look at him. Get the hair and the beard right, and it's him. It's Bill from the video game. I mean, watch him do motion capture.
You come into my house, you set off all my traps, you damn near break my shooting arm.
Or just him in Deadwood.
No, Woo! He's f***ed up. Now, I can't talk to you right now, and I can't understand you, so you go back to Chink Alley.
The guy's an actor. Why would you not get him for this character? So W. Earl Brown as Bill. Lastly, we have Marlene. I feel like the actor they cast is doing more than a capable job. I have no problem with the performance or this casting, really. Yes, if you've seen it online, Sonequa Martin Green is pretty much Marlene, but having her in The Walking Dead kind of disqualifies her for me. I end up going with Lashana Lynch, and has a way she carries herself that just makes me buy into her as Marlene immediately. I mean, her in No Time to Die, or even Captain Marvel.
Oh, we can handle your little witch if she decides to dreamwalk.
She just has that presence to her, and I think she'd play a badass role incredibly well like this one. So Lashana Lynch as Marlene. So there is my cast of The Last of Us. Let me know in the comments below who you prefer. I'm starting to compile the videos for the Chronicles of Narnia, so stay tuned for that. As always though, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.